Right, good morning, welcome back. Now if you're following the Triumph project, you'll know that in the last video I prepped and painted my cam cover after taking it off to check the valve clearances, only to find that all the paint on top of it was all flaked off and horrible. Well, here it is now, 48 hours later, all fully restored and looking gorgeous and ready to go back on the bike. So the first thing, let's clear all this up, get the Triumph back on the lift and get stuck in. Well, now these cam covers can be quite tricky to seal for a couple of reasons. One is that they've got no vent in them. If you look at that, you can see it's completely sealed once it's bolted down. You look at, say, a Suzuki Bandit cam cover, that's got a big square box on it with a massive breather tube into the airbox, so it vents any internal pressures, but this doesn't have that. It's completely sealed, so any internal pressures can push oil out through the rubber gasket. It'll only be a weep, it won't be much, but it'll be there and it'll be irritating, which is why a dry rubber gasket will not seal 100%. Also with these engines, oil lays up against the back of the gasket on this front left hand corner when the bike's on the side stand, and if you're going to get a weep, it will come out of that front left hand corner. So putting the gasket in dry, it doesn't always work to seal it completely, which is why, having learned the last time on the previous project on one of these, I'm going to use a little bit of silicone sealant to stick the gasket into the cover and then stick the cover down to the engine, and then it will seal, hopefully first time. Right, now if you've followed other projects in the past, you might have seen these before. I made them up using Delboy plastic, spun them up on the lathe like a little plastic spike with a thick chunky base, and you use them like this. Means I can spin the casing over, work on the gasket face at leisure without risking damage to my new paint. It is durable, it is tough paint, but it's only 48 hours old and it isn't fully cured yet, and this way I won't mark it. Right, now when I'm using silicone sealant on a gasket, I like to be meticulous at wiping off any excess, especially on the inside. When you put the gasket on, it's going to squidge and any excess is going to come out the sides. Obviously it's fine on the outside, just wipe it off, but on the inside can't get to it. So any blobs of this stuff that squidge inwards are going to be floating around in your oil if they break free, and if they do, they're going to block up your oil filter and possibly lead to oil starvation. So too much of it is a real problem. So make sure, squish the gasket down as much as you possibly can, deliberately squidge out all the excess possible and wipe it off and get rid of it before you fit the cover. Kind of obvious, I suppose, but I thought it's worth saying. Right, that's the gasket fitted to the cover, pressed down into the groove all the way around, nice and tight, nice and flat, and all the excess wiped off, so nothing will squish inwards. Let's put that to one side for about half an hour while I now clean the top of the engine to get it just as clean and perfect as that. Right, with the top of the engine, all that's actually stuck to it is black silicone, the stuff I've just put on the cover from the last time it was sealed. And unlike paper gasket material that sets rock hard and is quite a mare to get off, this stuff's ever so easy. It's quite soft, and all you do is use a plastic scraper and just push it out of the way. The only thing I like to make sure of is none of the debris falls into my cam case. It also helps to drop the front coil off its mounting point as well, and just lift it out of the way. Make yourself as big a gap as you can make. Now a little spread of silicone, just a thin layer, all the way around the top of the engine, paying special attention to this front corner that ritually always leaks. Just making sure those two rings that surround the spark plug tubes are both in place, haven't been knocked off, and they are perfect. Good. Right, these big chunky bolts that you bolt the cam cover down with, they're shouldered and they seat against a metal base inside the cylinder head. What hangs out the bottom that actually secures them down is just an M6 thread. It's tiny, so it's critical not to over tighten them. The torque setting on these is just 10 Newton meters, and there is a bit of a challenge with a center cylinder rear bolt because the frame is too close to it to get the torque wrench in, but there is a hack to get round it, as you'd imagine. Right, all but one of them. Tool fits in nicely, click, perfect. But the middle one, number 2 cylinder at the rear, hits against the frame. Can't get your torque wrench in. Easy fix. Just use a removable bit in your torque wrench, one of them, and just cut 6mm off it, and it will go straight in. There we are. Yep. And then proving what I said earlier, if you soak the old paper gasket material long enough with acetone, you can literally wipe off the residue with a rag. It becomes that soft and squashy. By far a safer way to do it than scraping at it with the blade. Right, now that's as far as I can button the job up at this point. When you do a project, unlike a dedicated single job, you can't just button everything up and go for a test ride, because many jobs on your project are interconnected, and that's exactly how this is right now. I've done the valve clearances, I've restored my rocker cover, put it all on, but I can't put the HT leads back in because I'm junking the HT leads and the coils completely in favour of dedicated coil packs. And as for the coolant, well, I can't refill it yet because if you remember in a previous video, when we flushed and refilled the coolant, the pump developed a little leak. So I can't put the coolant back in now either. So join us in the next one. I've got a rebuild kit and we'll do a full rebuild on a coolant pump for a Triumph TT Legend. I'll see you then.